Do it. Do it again. Do it again.
Can you run that back really quick, David? You know, this is an environment, and for the for the newbies, this is just an environment of it's about the collective wisdom, right? We're here to provoke thought, give you guys ideas, but then create an environment where you're able to hear from all your brothers and sisters in this atmosphere. So super stoked that you guys are here. So let's go ahead and have somebody bring us out on the field officially with some motivation. Patrick Nissim, turn it over to you to bring us out on the field with a little bit of morning motivation. And I don't know if Patrick is thinking or if he's frozen. I think Patrick is officially frozen. We will come back to Patrick. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Kevin. Kevin Magna, please bring us out on the field, a little bit of morning motivation.
All right, good morning, Team Fast. We are here on a Friday. Elias is going to give us some awesome nuggets to kind of hit into our weekend. Showings, open houses, escrows. Let's take this knowledge and let's bring it on the court. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable in this environment. This is where we learn. This is where we fail. This is where we get back up, and this is where we kick ass. Let's go.
All right. Now,
meow,
wait a minute.
meow.
Squad are you representing from?
Meow, meow.
Thundercats.
Go Thundercats.
We got a couple Thundercats on. They're for the people that don't know, they're part of a elite force within the company. It's a part of the squad. Eric's one of our squad leaders. So good stuff. Well said. Here's what I've heard this morning already. I've heard it's a judgment-free zone and it's a safe zone. We're absolutely right. This is an area where you're going to come in and nobody's going to look at you. They're going to say, you know what? That was really good. Let's do it again. Let's support each other. So I love that. You guys, let's talk about this. As we come to the close of what was some of the most trying times in life and business, the pandemic, I would be remiss to not talk about that and talk to you about how I've been feeling about this as we let go of the mask and put this pandemic behind us. I remember when pandemic hit, right? Last March, they made us unessential. And it was like, wait a minute, real estate's unessential? I don't get that, right? I just didn't understand it. Well, we had to adjust and we had to figure it out. So I was thinking about this and what pandemic did for our business, for our personal lives, and for the way that we view life, business, economy, relationships, socialization, right? It really changed the landscape for a lot of things that we do in our normal lives. And so I was thinking about that, right? When we went into pandemic, I think that it forced us all to spend a little bit more time with our thoughts. I believe that in that first 3 months, we did more reflecting than we had probably did for the years prior. Why? Because we didn't have shit to do. We were forced to find ways to really occupy our time, our thoughts, our energy, because everything that we had known to do, whether it was socialization, go out, see family, all of that had changed. So we were forced to spend a little bit more time reflecting on ourselves, which I think that it was good and it was bad for some people, right? Some people weren't able to handle all of their thoughts and like it was detrimental. However, for a lot of us, it was really beneficial for us to really stop and realize what we were truly grateful for. Looking at all of the things that we had in our life that we might take advantage of because we're moving too fast. We're in this go, go, go mentality. And I felt that that pandemic brought out some good in us. It helped us to realize what was truly valuable in our lives, how we could truly spend time focusing on our friends and family. Even though I didn't see my friends and family all the time, the fact that I knew I couldn't go see them because of social distancing, because of the airports being closed, it made me miss them a little bit more and say, you know what? God, I should probably call them more. I probably shouldn't think about just I'm in their life because I'm on social media with them, right? I need to think about things a little bit differently. I think that if you're in a relationship, that helped you to realize like, wow, we don't really need much else other than each other because there's a lot of distractions out there. There's a lot of noise out there, and finding that time just to spend with the people that you love and connect, I think that was really, really important. Let's talk about this from a business sense. A lot of businesses didn't make it. You know why? Because they failed to realize that this business needs to change, that our business needs to change. The way that we view business and the way that we look future or future cast in our business needs to change. We've done business this way for 25 years, and this is the staple of who we are. And this is the benchmark of what we've done in business. Well, we all saw that mentality, it didn't work for a lot of businesses and a lot of people failed. A lot of people in real estate failed because they were unwilling to change and innovate, right? When we went into pandemic, Kenny and I always say this, and this is EXP's slogan, is that we were made for this. And what I mean for that is we weren't trying to play catch up with being innovative. I believe that we are already innovative. We're already looking at tech and how can we do things differently and how can we always be a step ahead. So when something like that happens, or when a market crash happens, or when a massive shift in the market happens, we're ready for these things. I believe that we are already on the curve of innovation. The agents that did not want to change, did not want to do things different, didn't want to use video, didn't want to use social, those people got left behind. And the strong people prevailed. The strong agents came out of this on the other end with a thriving business. I look around and there's people on this call right now that tripled, quadrupled their business in what was slated to be one of the most challenging times in real estate ever. You guys were on the forefront of something that was historical in real estate. These things that happened through pandemic will ripple through for the next 5-10 years. Why? Because consumer mindset has changed. The way that a buyer looks at purchasing home, way that a seller looks at selling a home in today's industry or in today's market has shifted. So we have to find ways to constantly look at our business and say, you know what? I'm not going to rely on one thing. Because look at open houses. There was tons of people that relied on open houses. Open houses left, and guess what happened? They were fucking left with no business, no opportunities to drive business. They went all in, all chips on the table for open houses. Open houses were gone. Guess what? What the heck am I going to do? Oh my God, right? And so many people dipped into their savings, sold off assets, and they worked out of panic mode versus urgency. And why I talk about this, you guys, is because we're going to talk about you guys tapping into multiple layers of this business. So you were never left being like, oh my God, that was my only resource. Now that resource is gone and fuck, my business is done, right? Never want that for you guys, but it's going to help. It's going to make you guys think about your business in a different way. I've shared this with Jack. I'm sure Jack has some notes on it about the 5 pillars. We're going to talk about that because I want to have a roundtable discussion about ways that you can truly drive your business. No matter what is happening, I have some avenues to truly drive my business. I call them the 5 pillars of production. You guys can call them whatever the heck that you guys want. And I break it down in these 5 pillars so you guys constantly have a well or a bucket that you can tap into so you guys are not left in desperation mode. I want everything that you're doing working from a sense of urgency, not panic, right? A panic is all I did was open houses to drive my business. Open houses are done. Now I'm in panic mode. Oh my God, what am I going to do? When I panic, what happens after panic? Stress. Now I'm in the stress mentality, fight or flight. This sucks. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Versus urgency. I'm going to tap into all these things and I'm going to do them consistently because I know if something changes, if that's not working, I'm going to tap into this bucket here. If that bucket's not working, I'm going to reach over here. So let's have a conversation about this. Jack, from your notes back in the days when we first started talking about this, for the people that don't know, what are the 5 pillars of production?
I was about to say, I just literally found it right now. I knew it was somewhere in my notebook. But I have SOI, which is basically like, you know, your own leads, like ones you've gone, people you've known. Leads from like online, so like Zillow, HomeBot, Chime. It's community, right? So something around like Walnut Creek. For mine, for example, was De La Salle because we always went there, kind of like a brotherhood mentality. So that was mine. Farm. I live in the Woodlands neighborhood, so I'd grown up there all my life. So that's kind of like my farm. I know every street. I know the schools. I know everything. And the last one, social media, so like Instagram and Facebook.
Cool. Awesome. So let's do this, you guys. Let's dive into each bucket. So let's talk about company generated leads. How many people can tell me right now how many company generated leads you have access to right now to dial for dollars if you need to find opportunities? How many people can tell me what that number is or roughly what that number is? Go ahead, Patrick.
5,000.
Yeah, roughly 5,000.
Absolutely. So my question, let's go Damian and Patrick. Do either one of you guys have a plan, a schedule, a routine of how often, how many times that you guys are diving into that lead pond?
Yeah, I found What I started doing is, I will send sort of a curated list of homes out every week, and I just sat there and just collected I filtered out sort of the people I sort of wanted, and I just clustered them all into one email blast because I said, hey, if we're already emailing these people a la carte, we might as well just stack them up and put them in a list until they're claimed. And so I started doing that as a service where I'd sort of pre-curate some homes every week based on certain criteria. And I blast that out every week. And I use that as just kind of like, efficiency in real estate a lot of it has to do with automation, right? Like at a certain point, you need to be able to make sure that your services, your products are working for you while you're working in parallel with it. And so that's one way that I do it. And then the other way is just, when I go through my week and I've exhausted my attempted contacts on my own sort of list of people, I just start hopping in there. It's like, why not? These are people who have recently registered who can be hot. And then there are people who, there's always a dark horse candidate in there because there's also people who you look and you're like, oh, well, they registered in like 2018. Like they don't want to hear from me. And then if you really dig in the notes, it says, we'll be ready in 2 or 3 years. And then you just give them a call and then you never know how close they might be. Because even if you're in a 6-month window, all of a sudden you have their attention when 2 or 3 years ago, they're like, not now.
Totally. Man, I love it. Let me ask a quick question. I want you guys to give me a reaction so I could see all the reactions. How many of you feel 100% comfortable picking up the phone right now and booking for an appointment? How many people feel 100% comfortable? Give me some reactions. Cool. I love that. I love how many people said good, because I believe that you guys don't need any more training, right? I think there's enough training in this company. What you guys need to work heavily on is your personal communication skills and your communication skills overall. I promise you, if you work on those things, you will book more appointments. The people that have the most appointments are going to be the people that have the most, make the most money in this business. So Patrick, I love that you have a plan. Damian, let me hear from you, bro. You have 5,000 plus leads. What is your plan that you put into place to go after those leads?
So through these meetings, and again, we've discussed, it's been part of my regimen prior, but I was reminded by these meetings, I calendar out at least an hour every day. I think it's from 2 to 3 o'clock for phone calls. So however many I can fit into that time, that's when I get into the lead pond. And a lot of days I have other things going on. So I might try to make my phone calls earlier than that. So the reminder will pop up while I'm in the middle of making my phone calls, but I have it on my calendar every day to at least set aside an hour to make phone calls in the lead pond. And now that I've been getting flex calls, a lot of those are follow-up from my own flex calls, but I'm still not at a number to where it doesn't allow me to get into the lead pond and search through those. So like Patrick was saying, it's things in there that are just unassuming. Like you would think that it's dead and it's beat up, but you look in the notes and it's like, oh yeah, 6 months later, we wanted to start searching from when that person called and nobody followed up with them again. And I've talked to countless people now and they're like, oh yeah, I just wasn't able to get a hold of anybody. And I am kind of looking around. Can we talk about it? And so I'm having these conversations. And even to take it a step further, in our squad meeting, Eric impressed to our team, like we need to make a certain amount of connections every day. And the lead pond is a big part of that in terms of getting those conversations going. So.
Yeah, and Jen's going to go in a second, and I want to build off of that, you guys. You have to have some non-negotiable time if you're still driving your business, because just like Damian and just like Patrick and Laura on the call, they've graduated out of the lead pond essentially because they have Zillow Flex. Well, they don't have enough Zillow Flex calls right now to say, you know what, I'll never go in that lead pond. So you have to do things in order to get to Zillow Flex, obviously, but in order to keep that momentum going. So love that you're saying that. So Jen, what were you going to say?
What Damian is doing is great. So when I first started, that's what I did. I had 0 leads, and all I had was the lead pond. And I used like I mean, my schedule is always so busy because I was working a full-time job. So even if it's like 30 minutes a day in the morning, an hour a day in the evening, however it is, block that off and just sit in a room or wherever and just make those calls, because that's how you're going to get better and be confident. I mean, before Zillow Flex, all we had was LeadPon, and also paying for Zillow leads. So I felt, and every connection was like $100 or $200. So I would feel bad if I really just dived in and started calling these Zillow leads and then not knowing what the hell to say, and then basically screwing the company $100 or $200. So the LeadPon allowed me to, like, you know what, this is how I'm going to practice. If I F up, oh, well, it's the LeadPon anyways. But that's how I built my, my CRM. I'm still, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm still calling, but I leveraged the team. I leveraged the resources that Kenny has to call that, basically my CRM that I built from the LeadPon. And I literally just wrote an offer for someone that I got from the LeadPon 2 years ago. So it's, you know, we're so used to this like fast culture that sometimes those nurtures are gold. Like that's where you're going to find it, especially like right now, all of the ISAs are scrubbing all of our CRMs. So, you know, and everyone can call the LeadPon. So there's tons of stuff in there that's from 2 to 3 years ago that, you know, they may be interested now. So I'm just, so basically block off time, whether it's 30 minutes or 40 minutes a day, just, you know, dedicate, I'm going to make 20 calls and X amount of connections and just like dive in.
Love it. I love it, Jen. Here's what happens to a lot of us. All right, cool. I got my coffee. I got my green drink. I got my scripts. Okay, I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go. All right, it's power hour, 11 o'clock. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Let's go.
this is a script that I literally was just thinking about.
Yeah,
I was sorry, Elias, but sorry, it was like fresh in my head. So during COVID, I didn't know what the hell to do. It's like we were dead for about 2 months, and I didn't want to just call people and was like, hey, are you interested in real estate? That's so insensitive. We're in a pandemic. So my script was literally like, hey, my name is Jen Oak. You inquired on my website a few months ago. You know, I know we're in a sensitive time. I'm just doing a COVID cleanup. I just want to know if you're still interested, you know, or right now that the economy is opening up, this is a great time to follow up on your, you know, on your leads. Like, hey, my name is Jen Oak. You know, you inquired on my website a few months ago. Did you know on June 15th, the economy is open up, and then start leveraging open houses. So like, this is a good time to like follow up right now. And it's a good touch point because you're not just calling out of the blue. You actually have valuable information to tell these leads that have been cold for the last basically.
Sorry, you cut off, Jen. So you guys have the ability to emerge as people that are seen as more empathetic in our industry. But like I was saying, sometimes we get ready for the calls, we're ready to dive in, we're ready to go. We start making 1 call, 2 calls, and then, oh shit, let me check Instagram, or let me check my emails, and like something takes you off of your rhythm. Has that ever happened to any of you guys? Right? You have this goal in mind, right? Thank you all for saying that. So this is when true discipline comes in. Hey, I'm in Walnut Creek. Let me put a sign up here that says, do not bother me. I am prospecting. You guys are going to lunch? Peace. Cool. I love it. Have a great time. Please bring me back something. But I am diving in for the next hour, head down. And there's no, just like when you go to the gym, right? I'm going to the gym for the next hour and I'm going to work out hard, and I'm not leaving here until I'm soaking wet and I feel rewarded, right? It's the same thing with your guys' prospecting. So first pillar is your company generated leads. That LeadPon is gold. What the LeadPon will give you, it will give you opportunities now. And if you show Kenny and I that you're working the LeadPon and you're showing up to the Thursday trainings, what's going to happen? Just like Patrick, just like Laura, just like Jack, just like Demian, just like Jeff Phillips, Kevin Magna, Miles, you have the ability to get on a Zillow Flex because we've seen that you know how to handle these hot buyer leads, and you're not practicing on a $20,000 potential check. We want you guys to make that a priority in your schedule. And you guys, here's the great thing about the leads that are in LeadPon. There is no referral fee attached to those leads, right? Zillow Flex, they're taking their referral fee no matter what. There's no referral fee attached to those. So you guys have the ability to go in and start drumming up business. And how the heck are you ever going to get good at booking appointments if you don't go in and you try? You got to try, and you got to get knocked on the chin every single day, because what's going to happen is then you're going to learn how to counter. You're going to get a tough chin, and you're going to be able to be like, oh, there's no objection that someone can hit me with that I can't take. There's none, right? Because at the end of the day, there's only a handful of objections. So if you get really, really good at your rebuttals, it's like, I look at it like this. Give me some numbers. I'll call. Cool. Because I feel like I have that sense of confidence in that rhythm when I'm on a conversation with somebody. So first pillar of production, company generated leads. 2, your sphere of influence. Okay. A lot of you guys have large circles, but my thought and question to you is, how are you targeting those people? Are you calling them every month saying, hey, Jimmy, who do you know that wants to buy or sell real estate? Oh, nobody at this time. Okay, well, thank you. See you guys next month, right? You have to have something rich in value. If you are not sending all of your sphere of influence a card every single time that you get in a contract, you guys are doing yourself a disservice. Even though they're your friends, even though they're your family, you want to keep them in the loop on your success and everything that is happening in your business, because it's going to become omni. Omni means all, right? All encompassing. There should never be a reason why they think real estate and they don't think Kevin Magna, right? So your sphere of influence is super, super important in how you're targeting them. Are you doing something special for them around the holidays? Are you updating them on the real estate market that is different than you would a mass consumer? Do you have a VIP group of all of your sphere of influence people on social media that you could send really cool messages to? Something that's different than what you send to the masses. Why? Because you have a relationship with these people. They want to know that they're on this special list and that they're not getting something that everyone else is getting. Handwritten cards to your sphere is old school stuff. But if you send a card out every single month, just, hey guys, just checking in, just want to tell you how things are going. Oh my God, here's some things that happened in my life. My daughter just graduated 3rd grade, whatever that case is. Hope all is well with you, Johnny, and the kids. Just wanted to pop in and say hello, right? Like, these are things you need to have a plan for your sphere of influence, because agents come to me and all the time. Well, what should I be doing with my time? What you need to stop doing with your time is going over the contract a million times to understand it. It's important to know the contract. Please do not take this wrong. But if you don't know the steps and actions to actually get to that contract, then none of that shit matters. You have to be a master at marketing and booking for an appointment, because if you do that, then you'll come to us and be like, I got an offer I need to write and I don't know what to do. Cool. Talk to your mentor, talk to Karina. We'll make sure to support you throughout that journey. But if you're not doing the steps ahead of time, none of that really matters. It's fleeting. So have a plan for your sphere of influence. Let's talk about another one. And I want to go around the room on this one. Let's talk about community involvement. This is a huge opportunity for us. Each of you live in, a particular area, particular neighborhood that you could potentially have tremendous influence. So when we're talking about community influence, or excuse me, community involvement, you have, ice cream socials that you could be putting on now that, we're coming out of pandemic. You could do a neighborhood cleanup. You can do like a shred a day right after taxes. You can do, pumpkin delivery, pie, all these things that you can do in your community. Give back to the school, sponsor a sports team, put a banner out in the left field for, for the baseball team, whatever the case is. So what I want to do is I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys have some ideas on things that you're doing in the community? And I'm going to turn it over to Walt, because I know, Walt, you're putting on something soon in the community, not only for us, but for others to come. So let's talk about a community involvement. Walt, let's take it from here.
Yeah, so basically the way that kind of started was Fairway Mortgage has marketing dollars, and obviously they know that our team is massive, and they work around with 10 or 11 of our agents. So I was going to have a birthday party anyway. So then I was like, well, shit, Catalina got bread. Why don't I just, because I was going to invite agents anyway. So the way we discussed it was like, I'm going to do a party anyway. I'm going to write that shit off because it's a business party. She's going to split the tab with me. Boom. She's going to meet agents. Y'all are going to meet her if you pull up, and we're just networking and kicking it. And I've invited other friends, and I've actually even invited an agent from Compass to come, right? So maybe we recruit her and her team later. But it's just good shit to kind of just interact with people and just fellowship. Like, we've been in the crib for 16 months or however many months, people want to go out. So it just kind of works both ways. And then I'm supporting a local business that I've done business with before. I had an event a couple of weeks ago. I went there for Mother's Day. Now we're about to have this party with, I don't know how many people are going to come, 40 or 50. So then she was like, oh yeah, I'm going to know people that are looking for houses. So I'm going to go to you. So it's just like community stuff. And then, you know your community better than anywhere else. Like I've sold in my complex, like, oh, I just live right up there. So it gives them instant credibility that your shit in that community. You might not have all this technical knowledge, but your community like the back of your hand. And I tell people like, like for Contra Costa County, kind of our way, like Kevin's on here, everybody's big into schools here, right? So like my go-to is like, yeah, fuck middle school, fuck elementary school, but I know my high schools up and down the 680, right? So if it's a family with schools, I can be like, well, this side is Darty Valley, this side is Cal High, this is Dublin High, the new high school's going here, this is Las Lomas, you got De La Salle and Carle right across the street from each other. Like, so that gives you no local knowledge. So if you just learn like the high schools up in your area, maybe 7 or 8, you sound like an informed buyer or informed agent, excuse me, and you're putting game onto your clients like the area. Because kind of what I've decided, I sell everywhere, but I'll learn little 5 or 6 nuggets about high schools, and I'll learn about routes. Okay, like the 5-6-80 interchange. Okay, this is where the traffic at 5 o'clock, this shit gets real. So you want to think about that, because you're going to Lawrence Livermore Lab, and then the wifey is going to work for Google. So you want to make sure you live here because this shit gets jammed up. So I try to story tell, and then I do doing that shit Kenny does, like with the analytics and like a 99 out of 100. And like, you're going to hit either side of the brain or either side of the person. Either they're an analytical money person or they're a storytelling, feeling and emotion person. So I just try to hit both angles and kind of see where we nail them at, and then kind of drive them on home to get them in escrow. So that's kind of my style.
Yeah.
Sorry, the shit Kenny does, my bad. Like,
no. And for the people that don't know, it's like you have to break down like the disc profile. And we were talking about this the other day. It's like being able to have portions of that in my presentation, so I find out, well, that's how they communicate. They're definitely a high I, because I found it, because I tried a multi-layered approach. And yeah, you're absolutely right, Walter. And I think for you, and this goes for everyone, here's an idea, just as we're freestyling this conversation. Well, there's tons of schools and high school kids, 17, 18 years old. And so many people are seeing real estate as a great opportunity. Some are going to go to college, some are not going to go to college. But what if you guys went in and talked to them about the real estate game, and talked to them about the opportunities that could happen, and possibly sponsor them getting their real estate license if that's the route that they choose to go. But now you're a resource within the school, like, hey, I'm going to come in and teach an educational class once a month, if that's cool with you guys, to your business class. So good stuff, Walter. I love it.
Yeah, I had another thing, but shit, I forgot. I'll come back.
Cool. Good stuff.
Yeah, y'all go ahead. I forgot about it, but.
So Christina, I know, Christina, you had a thought, and Christina and I had a coaching session yesterday. She's like, she lives in Castro Valley, but she's like, I want to farm San Ramon. I said, why? Start in your backyard where you're already a homeowner, and start there because you have so much credibility. So Christina, I know that you have some thoughts and some ideas on community involvement. What are some things that you're going to do?
When you gave me some really good ideas yesterday, what you said definitely hit home. Why would I go to San Ramon when I was like raised here, went to high school here? I know everything here in Castro Valley. It really sat with me yesterday. I mean, the ideas that you gave me, which are genius, going on Amazon or Alibaba, buying a crap ton of American flags, getting them ready for 4th of July, stapling your business cards, super easy. You can do it with your friends, your kids, going to every house and just sticking them in there because people love it. It looks great. It's patriotic, it's decorative, looks great. So that's one. I love the cleanup because, having a home, it's expensive to get rid of things. Every time I want to get rid of a TV or anything, I'm like, oh, I have to pay like $100, $200, $300. So Elias gave me a great idea, maybe spending $1,000 on a bin, promoting it in your neighborhood, and then maybe having a taco cart or something there and letting people know like, hey, come drop off your junk, get some food. And that's a great way just to brand yourself so people know who you are, not with an intention of getting any business, but just building your name, your brand, getting to know people, and just keep doing that. Maybe, I don't know, once a month, once a quarter. It's a great write-off, and just getting out in the community and hoping to gain something out of that in the future, which you will.
Here's the great thing about it. Here's a QR code. If you guys want to know about future community events that are happening that I'll be putting on, go ahead and scan that QR code so I can put you guys on an email loop, right? Now you're going to get everyone's email, right? And now what you're going to do is you're going to sprinkle in things about the real estate industry, right? Hey, you guys, I'm sponsoring this event. I'm done, you know, big perm in my ice cream shack on the 4th of July or whatever the case is. Next month, hey guys, want to give you an update on what's happening in our community. Oh my God, home values are up. This home is $200,000 up. Oh, congratulations, because home values are up in your neighborhood. Next month, hey guys, I'm doing this cool event. Just want to let you guys know. Next month, oh my God, did you guys see what's going on in our neighborhood? So you continue to build that reputation in your community. So Walter, you're going to say something?
Yeah, my bad. So I was going to say back to working with the people. Listen, it might be creeper, whatever, it's information. I Googled the person, right? And I'm gonna tell you a story, kind of what happened. So I was getting ready for a listing presentation with Jack. I Googled this lady. She's like a super marketing person, right? So I'm like, okay, my high note has to be fire. Moly, blow up my high note, make it hot, boom, boom, boom. So our marketing is so tight because she works in marketing. You know, a nurse, I've sold to nurses, law enforcement officers. They're gonna be very task oriented and checklist oriented. I do this, and this. Boom. Okay, like an artiste, you know, they're gonna go like here, there, everywhere with it, right? Google engineer guy, he's gonna want analytics and numbers. This dude knew more shit about real estate than I did because he was looking at blogs at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? So I know he's gonna be super analytical and gonna want to do it his way. So I say out to say, and also when you Google them, sometimes their LinkedIn comes up, right? So you see what they do for a living, and we all know what salaries are. So you can kind of put 2 and 2 together, like, okay, you know, if a person you think their salary is like 45,000, you know, they're not going to buy some shit in San Ramon if they send you that listing. So you like, okay, you're not buying that. So like you can re-steer it. There's so much information available right now. It's stupid on like real estate and personal people, or you even see their Facebook, you see what they're into. Like, right. It's just crazy to sell right now. You get so much information on the consumer, and then like you got the Real Scout and everything else. You see consumer behavior. You see if the person gets up early in the morning or do they stay up late at night. Like it's so many tools to use to get a peek into the person's brain. So
totally. Yeah. So let's stay on this for a minute, you guys. What other thoughts and ideas do you guys have or have been brewing, you know, for your community involvement as life opens back up? Do you guys have any thoughts, any ideas? Feel free to share, because I think we're all learning from each other right now. So feel free to hop in. Ernesto, go ahead, brother.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, bro.
Is there an echo?
No.
No. Okay. I'm going to share with you guys my my secret weapon,
Nice.
and it's Facebook groups. So a little about me. I first got into real estate like 3-4 years ago, and then I started investing in Indianapolis, and I started a Facebook group called Indianapolis Out-of-State Investors. And what that has done for me, and I recently have 2 local referrals because people know that I've been in that community. I started the Facebook group, and I just give valuable info. So I started a local one called Hey East Bay. And I'm focusing on like Concord, Walnut Creek, Martinez. And it's just like a community group. And eventually I want to get to a pace where we're doing 1 community event a month. Somebody reached out to me in the group and says, hey, Ernesto, looks like you're new to the area. We're having a young professionals network get together. So we went out to lunch or dinner. It wasn't a lot of people, it was like 8 people there. But now one of them wants me to represent them on a purchase. So I guess the lesson here is, when I think about the kind of person that I want to be and how I want to market myself and brand myself, I'm running for mayor. I want to add value. I want to be involved in my community. I want to be always present and people to know about me. I'm not going to like be all in their face, like completely about real estate. But when I think about my personality and kind of what works for me, that's something that I do and I enjoy. It's a little unconventional, so you guys might not always think about that, but I want to share that with you.
Awesome, brother. I love it. I absolutely love it. And tons of successes coming from Facebook groups. So love it. Christina, we'll come to you in a second. Laura had a question before you. Go ahead, Laura. No? Okay, we'll go over to you, Christina.
So after I spoke with you yesterday, my head started spinning and I'm like, where, if anybody's where I'm at right now, I'm in the beginning stages. I had no idea where to go. So I literally just spent at least an hour last night on Facebook just typing in anything about Castro Valley, anything that said Castro Valley group, I just joined it. So that way I can get familiar with what's out there and then start reaching out to them so I can sponsor the event. So if that helps kind of give any guidance, it helped me yesterday.
Totally. And you guys, I mean, don't try to go and get into something that you don't really give a shit about just because you think that there's a good opportunity. If you don't like tennis, don't think that you're going to join a tennis group in Berkeley because we know they have money. Like, go and do something that you truly want to give back to your community and you feel good about, because that's going to show like, dang, this person is just being selfless and they're wanting to give back to the community, right? You guys, we just hit a milestone and then it changed. So we hit 50 participants for group coaching on a Friday morning. So I want to give you guys all a giant round of applause. Started out with 7 to 10 people and it has now grown to 50 people. That was absolutely incredible. So sorry, I just want to share that. All right. Any other thoughts on community involvement?
Yeah, I would say, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So I've done a couple events. I did one with a boxing coach that I actually met on Chime. So I called her up on Chime. And then she told me that she's really deep into the community. I said, let me know if you ever need anything. So Fast represented out there in Oakland for the youth. I'm coaching my daughter's junior Giants team. And then something else that I'm going to do to also involve small businesses is around the holiday season is set up like those little booths where you can go and drop off like toys and then do like a toy drive for kids and give them out. But also like, especially like single moms or somebody that has a incarcerated parent, because that's, my background. So that's some of the events that I'm planning on.
Good for you, man. I love it. You said single moms. Jen is going to be starting a group called the Mother Hustlers. And, she's going to give back to women that are trying to be entrepreneurs and get their real estate license and get into real estate and like be that pillar, support somebody that did it as a mother. So, man, this is really, really good stuff. So let's go to you, Raymond. I know that you want to chime in with some ideas, brother. Hit us.
One thing that I'm a part of right now is the Chamber of Commerce Ambassadors Group. So it's really cool because you get to connect with a lot of people. And a lot of it's been on Zoom, right? Because there's not been very many in-person events lately. Hold on, sorry, I was getting a call. But what's really cool is that, sorry, somebody's blowing me up. What's really cool though is that you get to connect with people a lot, really, and who are involved in the community right now. And there's a bunch of different things that I'm doing in the community just with them. I'm not part of the Oakland one right now. I'm part of the SF Chamber of Commerce. So it's a little bit different because it's not my community, but there's a community that I hang out a lot, right, in the Mission. I know the Mission really well. So I hang out there a lot, and there's a lot of different things that we're planning to start doing as soon as things start opening up a little bit more here in like the next week. So that's one event that I really like. And one thing that I really like about it is there's a lot of people in there who do a lot of things, own their own businesses or whatever it is. And like kind of like Ernesto said, like, I'm not promoting my real estate business full time the whole time there, but people get to know you, right? And people get to like you. And when people like you and they know you, they want to do business with you. And like, when you get to know them, they start asking about what you do and what really motivates you and things like that. And that's really been kind of nice. So I've been making some really great connections there. Another thing that I'm a part of that we do a lot of community stuff is YPN. So wish me luck. I actually have my interview to get my vice chair spot today on YPN Bay East. But that's really cool too, because we're actually doing some things to involve different sorts of organizations and different pieces of the community. Like, one thing we're going to be doing is actually volunteering and donating to a like children's camp. I always think of like the movie Holes, like when he didn't go to jail and he went to like camp whatever to dig holes. That's kind of like the camp we're working with. It's kids who kind of had, something happened to them or they had a rough upbringing, and instead of going straight to jail or something like that, like, right, they'll go and get an opportunity to go to this camp where they can kind of develop different skills. And a lot of times when kids are in those positions, it's not because they don't care or they don't like going to school and things like that. It's because they had, a rough childhood. And sometimes when they get involved in these kinds of things, like, it really helps them develop like a sense of like membership and feeling like they're a part of something and they start to care a little bit more. And I forget what the name of the camp is. I want to say it's like Camp Sweeney or something like that, but it's really cool because we're actually going to meet with those kids. We're going to donate a few things to them. So watch out for my invitation in the Slack channel, because I would love to get, a little bit from the people, because, we're going to be donating all sorts of stuff for them, like sports equipment. They really want an air hockey table. So we're going to try and raise some money for them at their camp. But
Love it.
YPN and the ambassadors program at the Chamber of Commerce are just a couple of things I'm involved in. Like me, I'm really passionate about like trying to get back to the community. Like that's one thing that I really care about. So I think that it helps. And like right now, it's not giving me any deals or anything like that, but I definitely think that long term, like I'm doing this, I'm not doing this for the next year. I'm doing this for a lifetime.
Totally,
so I
man.
think
Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
When you lead from a position of empathy and I really, really care, like that, people are going to see that no matter what. You don't even have to say you're in real estate because they'll know, because they're going to see you so much. And absolutely love that, because let's go around the room. Let's just see how many of us had a troubled upbringing. Like I had a really, really tough life. So if I could help to tell my story to inspire another kid and be there as a line of support for them and give back to them, they're going to look at you and they're going to truly, truly look up to you. And then, obviously keep you in mind. So man, really, really good stuff. And I'm thinking about this as well, like as teachers and schools transition back into in-person learning, right? How cool would it be for you to interview, like Walter was saying, with all the high schools, instead of telling people move to this area, these schools are great, like go and sit down and have Envision do a video with you interviewing the board of directors, the principal, maybe Mrs. Thompson, that's the education or the English teacher, and say, hey, I just want to have a conversation with you. What did you guys learn through pandemic? How are you transferring back into in-person learning? And what are some things that have completely changed, will always change, right? Let's go to the local restaurants. This is, real estate and restaurants for the next month. I'm going to feature all the restaurants in my little area, in my community, and I want to share their story. What's new on the menu? What are the hours? Are you still doing to-go, drinks? Like find out what they're doing and maybe spend a little bit of money. Jen and I did this last year to do a little bit of a giveaway. Hey, you guys, I'm doing a giveaway for this restaurant. You just met the chef, so on and so forth. Tap into blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to be giving away $100 to go back to drive business to the community and give back, you guys. So tons of things that we could be doing now that shit is starting to open back up. So you guys, I love this. I want to shift gears into the fourth category. So we have covered your sphere of influence. We've covered your community involvement. We've covered your, what else did we cover? Your sphere of influence, your company generated leads, community involvement. So the fourth one is going to be obviously your social media. You guys, your social media is going to be such a huge avenue for you to drive your business. But the one thing that we need to do is be super consistent with it. Stop overthinking what you're going to put on social and just start doing it. Start documenting your journey. Whatever it is that you guys are doing in your real estate life, put that shit out to the consumer. That's all you guys need to do. You don't have to think big picture on your social media just yet. All you have to do is document your journey your way. There's so many things that you guys like Raymond. Hey, all right, you guys, I'm driving to my YPN thing today. Wish me luck. I'm going in there. I have an opportunity to be vice chair. Just pulled up. I'm at Bay East. What's going on, you guys? There's Amber. How are you? Looking forward to going and killing this. Hopefully I can give back to my community. That's shit that people are going to see and be like, all right, good stuff, Raymond. We're rooting for you, right? So just document your journey. And then as you progress and as you grow, you're going to look at how can I put things of value out to a consumer? Jen's working on things like, here's what I did to get into real estate. Here's what you can do to get your license. Here's the practice tips. Here's your study tips. What is the biggest mistake that an agent makes? Well, they didn't check license and exam. They just checked exam. So what happens when you pass? Now you have to wait for your license number, and that could take about 4 weeks. And so now you're just waiting at the gates ready to go. So there's tons of things that you guys have already done in your careers that you can give out to the consumer and add value, right? Add value by just sharing with them everything that you guys are doing right now. So when it comes to your social media, take examples from Kenny. Does Kenny really care about what he puts on social? Meaning, does he look over his shoulder, be like, oh my God, should I post this? He just post it. You know why? Because if you don't like it, then don't tune into Kenny. But he's got 10,000 followers. So obviously doing something that's right. And the way that he's doing it is he's being authentic and being real to who he is. He's not asking for forgiveness from anybody. He's just doing the things that he wants to do. People are going to notice that, right? There is so much conformity out there. Hi, welcome to 123 Main Street. This is 2,400 square feet. It has a kitchen, has a bedroom, has a bathroom. Bore me with your freaking snore fest, right? Give me something that's rich and compelling. What's rich and compelling? You guys. See Damian, his baby, his family, things that he has going on in his life, his music, his cars, his style, his brand. Look at Eric King, same thing, you guys. So use your social media as a platform to build your own personal identity and your own personal brand. The only way that you're going to do that is staying consistent every single day with your social media. Let them know. And it doesn't always have to be, hi guys, here's a quick real estate update. No, it doesn't have to be that. I'm at the park with my son. I'm in wine country with my lady. I'm going on showings. I got 10 showings for Saturday and Sunday. Those are things that are great for content. So don't rack your mind with, oh my God, I got to create all this stuff. Everything that you guys are doing right now is already your built-in content. Just document the shit out of your journey, you guys. I promise you. And then over time, you're going to find nuances. Like, hey, you guys, I'm going to show you really quick on how to build Facebook groups and what's working for me, right? I'm going to show you guys X, Y, and Z. I'm going to show you this new car I got. I'm going to show you my journey on how I became vice president of YPN. I'm going to show you, how I got to know all the schools in the area. I'm going to show you a quick map on where the schools are. You'll start to build and build and build. So thoughts and ideas on social media before we get to our last topic. Any insight, anything that somebody's doing right now that is truly working for them, feel free to share in this environment.
I got one, Elias.
Oh, go.
So ladies first, that was Jen. Go ahead, Jen.
Sure.
So my thing is I always overthink things and want things to be perfect. But Kenny always say, just fucking do it. Just post it. Who cares? It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be scripted and envision all the time. Like, just do it. And that's what I do. I just do it. I don't cut my videos. I don't put all the fancy shit. I just provide value and just put random stuff on social media. So guys, just do it.
Right, Kenny, whoa, bro, you've been working out your lats this morning?
A little bit. I'm over here and waiting for my
He
Crunch.
said a little bit.
Light flex on the workout.
He said, anyways.
I mean, so social media, like for IG, make sure you guys have the auto save to cloud. So like if you guys look at my page, I haven't updated in like 2 months, but you want to start building your highlights album. Like for me, it's more like straightforward. You guys probably would do something a little cooler. For me, it's like fun stuff, EXP stuff, travel. It's just like categorized food. So you guys want to use that. And then if you don't know what you want to do yet, just make sure you save everything to cloud so you can start building that highlight album later. So I started doing that because I was on Clubhouse, but people following me in Clubhouse had no idea who I was because I don't post my wall. So I was like, man, I need people to see like what I do. So I saved that. So anyone coming to my page now will get to like see literally thousands of stories and then they'll follow me. Another thing too is connect your IG with your Facebook. So all your stories automatically go from IG stories to your Facebook personal page because there's a whole different audience. It's literally like, cause I get about 700 views on Instagram and about 100, now 180 on Facebook, and only maybe 20 overlaps. So it's a completely different audience. So don't do double the work. Just connect the two accounts.
That's right. Who else, you guys? Anybody else want to chime in on this topic? I heard a couple people at one time.
Yeah, I'll jump in.
Go ahead, Kane.
I was just gonna say, man, when I first started my real estate business, I was a little afraid to expose my true self to my potential clients and stuff like that. And so I still have one for my personal IG and one for my business. And just get over it. Be yourself. Because the thing is, I don't even post shit about real estate anymore because that's just boring, dude. People don't want to see that shit. They like, they do, but they like the walkthroughs and stuff like that. But the most engagement that I get is like when I post like funny shit, life shit. Like today I got pulled over by a cop and I've already gotten like 60 messages about like from it. You know what I mean? And the whole point of you posting all the time is for you to get engagement so that, you're top of mind and shit like that. So be yourself, be funny, fucking do funny, stupid shit. People love that shit. Oh, and another thing too is the other day, I got praise from the team. So I blasted that, and people fucking love that. People love to see you win, right? And honestly, out of most of my posts, I think it's gotten the most engagement. So don't afraid to toot your horn, because your tribe, your people, your squad, they're rooting for you. So be yourself and get that shit out there.
That's right, you guys. That's why after every single meeting on Tuesday, it's always about you guys. Like I put all those slides on social. First off, it's consistent, but people want to see like, wow, like you hyping up Ernesto, you're hyping up Janique, you're hyping up Eric. Like look at all of this sense of community that you guys have. And then I put that in there, but it's not always business. It's me and Jen making some funny ass stupid video, or we're on a trip somewhere, or it's Silas running at the park and people are like, oh my God, it's so cute and thumbs up, it's so great, right? So it's just document your journey, right? It's not like, oh my God, I have to be this person from 8 to 5. Now, all right, cool, I'm Elias, finally, whew, got past that 5 o'clock mark. Just be whoever the heck you're going to be. So good stuff. So that was the 4th pillar. Last pillar. Farm. Farm stands for Focus Area Residential Marketing. You guys, I leave this to the last piece because this is going to be one of the more expensive pieces. A farm is an area where you're going to pick to have consistent touch points for the next 12 to 18 months. Think about that. This is a marathon game. There's differences. If I have a listing, someone on the team has a listing, I'm going to farm a particular neighborhood around that. That is specific farming for that listing. A farm is an area where I want to choose to have influence in for the long haul. What I do is I choose my area, no more than 500 homes. I pick my campaign, meaning what am I going to say to the people that live in this community? Do I have people that have been in their homes for 10 years or more that have positive equity? Do I have people that are 55 years of age or older that have two stories? Do I have presence of children? There's tons of lists that you can pull, and we're going to dive into this more in subsequent classes with Raymond and people we bring in from Title, but you'll be able to pull this list. Once you have the list, then you'll be able to do a target focus campaign and then choose your frequency. Let me elaborate on that. So I have 12 months in the year. How am I going to break this down? First month of the year, I'm going to send an intro out. Hi, how are you? And it's not going to be some bullshit ass flyer that you see every other real estate company out there. Hi, choose me. I'm trustworthy. I have integrity. I have a red tie on, and I look like every other single real estate agent that sends me something in my community. Here's a big picture of me, right? Tell me you've seen that before. Tell me you've seen the red tie, big picture of me, integrity, honesty, trustworthy.
The red tie.
Sorry. Because we have all seen that shit. It has been done. Show me something different, right? Give me something real. Like Laura, she uses pink on everything. Give me something that's pink. That's going to stand out from my whole entire chunk of mail that I'm getting. Anyways, so you choose your frequency, meaning I'm going to mail something. Well, now that shit's going to start opening back up, I'm going to mail, but then what am I going to do the next month is I'm going to knock and I'm going to follow up on the things that I mailed the month prior. That's the beauty of what's happening coming out of pandemic. Then the next month, I'm going to send them out something that has to do with the market, right? Here's a quick market update. Then the next month, I'm going to do something seasonal. Hey guys, it's springtime. Hey guys, it's Thanksgiving time. Hey guys, it's the month of gratitude. Hey guys, delivering little pumpkins. Like Christina said, I'm delivering 4th of July flyers, whatever the case is. Now the next month, I'm going to mail something again. Then the next month, I'm going to knock again and make sure that they got the stuff that I mailed them. And then the next month, I'm going to do another market update. And then I'm going to do something seasonal. What the main mistake that real estate agents do is like, are you farming? Oh yeah, a couple of houses here. No. You got to water, you got to water, you got to water, and you got to keep on doing that until something sprouts. And then you continue to water and water and water, and you rinse and repeat, and you rinse and repeat. Farming is a proven technique, but it only works if you're consistent with those efforts. We're going to dive into that. We'll show you how to pull the list, how to work with Title, to get really, really granular on focusing on a neighborhood. So you guys, these are the areas where I feel that if you're looking to fill up your calendar with income producing activities, that are going to drive and move your needle, these are things that you could focus on over the next couple weeks, next couple months, to truly, truly have an impact in your business. I speak about this with passion because I've had the fortunate opportunity now of working with over 2,000 agents, and I've seen this work for agents as long as you put it on the calendar, give yourself some deadlines, and give yourself some execution dates. And it's as long as you do that, you guys, I promise you, you guys will see an uptick in your business. So before we head out, let's go around the room. Let's get some key takeaways. King, let's hear from you, bro. Takeaways from today's session.
Yeah, I like the whole idea of the 5 pillars. I mean, when the pandemic hit, I definitely had to shift my business and pivot. I heavily relied on open houses because as a new agent, I didn't have a budget to pay for leads. This is, but you know, like right when I joined the team. So I think it's really important that you bring that up because it's so relevant. You know, never focus on one source of, you know, income. You know what I mean? You want to have different ways of prospecting and things like that. And I think, you know, that ensures your success and making money. So thanks for bringing that up and reminding me. And oh, the biggest aha though is I had no idea that FARM stood for focus area. What is it?
Residential marketing.
You blew my mind, bro.
Good stuff, brother. Good stuff. Marva, hi, I'm Elias. I don't know who you are, but welcome to Group Coaching the Fast Way. So first
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm actually a colleague of, well, of all of you, but Ronnie Escalante, and he invited me. He was with Vanguard Properties, and I'm currently with Vanguard Properties. And I just want to tell you that this is fabulous. You guys are amazing. Great ideas, and it's really pumping me up, and it's very, very good. So I appreciate being here, and feel, you know, honored to be among you. So.
Well, we appreciate.
Let's go.
We do this 3 times a week, and it's similar energy. We do this each week, and we. I believe in the collective wisdom, right? This is not just all from Kenny and I. I believe in being a moderator of thoughts and ideas and provoking ideas. And so, Marva, you are welcome to come anytime you want. And this is not a recruiting plug at all. If you never join our brokerage, but you use things that we.
Thank you so much. You're wonderful. You are wonderful
as well. Thank you for being here. Let's go over to Jimmy Tang. Jimmy Tang, not even licensed yet. Here is a guest of Jen's. Jimmy, what were some of your takeaways from today's session?
Just great communication with your clients, and even with like people you work with is just super important, just because if you're not talking, no one's going to hear you, you know?
That's right.
And it basically, like, if you don't have a relationship or good relationship with someone, example, your clients, is just, what's the point? Like, no one wants to basically deal with like an asshole professional, you know? They want a professional friend.
That's cool, man. I love that. A professional friend, not a professional asshole. I love that.
Yeah.
Nicole Capel, let's go over to you. Takeaways from today's session. You there, Nicole? Oh, she was saying some good stuff. You're muted.
Could you feel it? Could you feel it?
I could see it. I could feel it.
The arms moving. Just keep moving. Don't get stuck. Evolve with the change. Put as many buckets out there and keep watering the shit out of them until something grows.
I love it. I love it. Let's go to Jeff.
Oh yeah, can I add one more thing? I just put it in the chat, but then I said a plant doesn't grow with just by watering it once, you know? You got to water it many times. You got to keep watering it every week, every day, you know?
Totally.
That's all. I just wanted to add that.
I love that. Jen Oak, takeaways from you. Because she's probably doing mom duties right now. So let's hear, oh, there she is. Go ahead, Jen.
Basically just do it. Just go out there and be persistent and consistent and trust the process, and things will flourish.
Awesome. Awesome. Ryan, let's hear from you, bro. Takeaways from today's session.
I mean, I think there's no, it wasn't by chance that one of your first pillars is, you know, calling and being out of the lead pond. I can't stress it to people enough, because having those conversations is going to allow you to think on your feet when you're at the YPN meetings and you're doing all that stuff in person. But if you're not, you know, getting hung up on or getting tripped up with objections over the phone, where it's, you know, it's a safer environment getting embarrassed on the phone than getting embarrassed when you're meeting someone live in person. So make those calls, and that sets the groundwork for the farming and all that stuff.
Totally. I love it. Absolutely love it. You guys work heavily on the human part and the communication part of this business. I promise you, if you work from there and you get out of your head and stop being a cerebral player, you guys will see that your business will grow just by osmosis because you've become a better communicator. That's why I work so heavily on the communication piece. And I could go around the room and I can pinpoint people's communication skills that have grown in our time together. So really, really good stuff. Let's hear from one other person, and then we'll wrap it up. And then Kelly, I know you and I have an appointment. Sorry, we're going over a little bit, but just hang on and we'll stay on after this. Janique, being a guest of this environment, what were some of your takeaways?
Hello. The one thing that I did copy was Jen's short script for calling the lead pond. It wasn't real estate-y. It was, hey, I'm checking in. I am working, trying to clean up. How you doing? Did you make it through it? You want to buy something? So I really like the script.
Love it. Love it. Well, you guys, I want you to look around the room and I want to give everybody a giant round of applause. Thank you guys for representing in a big way. Here's what I want you to do. And here's the challenge for each of you. Take something that you heard today or an idea that you want to implement and put that on the calendar. Be like, by July 4th, I want to have this, this, and this in place, right? I want you guys to think about some plans now and put it on the calendar. I want you guys to map out your year and say, if I did 4 open houses a month for the next 7 months, and I saw an average of 10 people each time, and I converted for 2% of those people, how much deals can I get by just doing open houses, right? Start planning these things out, you guys. Put it on your calendar. Give yourself a deadline and say, what am I committed to each and every day to making sure this is a success? Don't talk about it, be about it. Put it on your calendar, you guys, and do everything possible in your power to do it and commit to it. So thank you for everything, you guys. I appreciate all of you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I know this weekend I'm going to be out showing homes too. I'll probably show about 20 homes, 5 different cities. Kelly, me, and Jen are going to be driving all around, showing homes, having some fun. So get out there and own your weekend. Appreciate you guys more than you guys will ever know. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful
Thank you, everyone. Thank
Yep.
you, everyone.
Kelly, go ahead and stay on.
Thank
And
you.
Tania, I'll see you at 10, Tania. Now let me remove everybody. Remove. Let me remove Walt. Remove. All right, cool, Kelly. Let's get right into it. How you
Okay.
doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm well. Looking forward to seeing some homes with you this weekend. All right.
Yes.
So have you ever been in Cloud CMA?
Yeah, I did a CMA. I sent out to a bunch of people in these townhome complexes like a few months ago. So I've done
You do a buyer
just a-
CMA.
yeah, I haven't done the buyer tour CMA. No.
All right, so let's do this. So you can access the buyer CMA via your MLS. It's in resources. I've already pulled it up so we can get right into it, okay?
Okay.
So let's do this. I want you to give me the addresses. So let's do this. Let's go Tiffany.
I have the MLS numbers. Do you want them?
Yeah, I'll need them in
Instead?
just a second. So Tiffany. And, all right, so let's go ahead and start with the very first one that we're seeing. What is that MLS number?
It's ML 81847.
M as in mother?
Yeah.
It won't be on there because if it starts with an M, it's an out of area agent that doesn't have access to the MLS, our local MLS. That if you ever see that, you'll never be able to pull it up on Cloud CMA because they're not part of our local MLS.
I actually tried. I put all of these and it brought them up.
Not the M. The M won't come up in a Cloud buyer tour. Watch.
No, but it did. It pulled up the address when
Okay.
I did it like 2 days ago.
Give me the number.
I mean, ML 81847 304.
Oops. Say the number again.
818-47304.
47304.
473. Yeah. And then
I'm just gonna fetch this one.
to see if it works. See if I'm
Oh,
full of
good.
shit.
Wow, awesome. No. It never works if it has an ML in front of it. So cool. So let's do this. Thank God. 'Cause I've done hundreds of these and it's never showed. So, okay. Tiffany and family. All right. So let me hit me with that first number again. And this is the very first one we're seeing, right?
Yeah. 818
Wait, sorry. Hold on. 818.
47304.
All right. Next one.
The next one is 4094-8224.
Okay. Next one.
Next one is 4095-3006.
4095. Sorry.
3006.
Okay. And then what else?
4095-2863.
Okay. What else?
BA 3210-27921. 921.
Yeah, I've never heard of BA ever. Okay, go on. Next one.
Those are the ones. That's it.
Okay, all right. Because we took 2 off the list, right? Or 1 off the list?
Shabless is off the list because it's pending. Montevino, they're accepting offers today. So
All right, cool. All right, so let's see if this last B comes up. So let me fetch these listings.
so it should be.
Is that Table Mountain is the last one?
No. So Edward Worth is the last one. The first one is Ashford Place. The second one is Piety Lane.
Hold on. So the second one is Piety, okay?
Yeah. The third one is Table Mountain.
Okay.
The fourth one is Rustic.
And then Rodeo is the last one. What about the Hercules one?
Yeah. There was something, let me look at this. Where did it go? Okay, Hercules. Which one? Hercules Fur Court. They were accepting offers a few days ago. So that's why.
Okay, so that's why it's not on the list. Okay, all right.
Right.
So what we've done,
Yeah.
we've added all of these homes in the order in which we're going to see them. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to customize report. For you, what you're going to want to do is you're going to go here to set all this up and do an account setting to where you can put in your face, or excuse me, your photo. You can put in our logo. It looks like this. And we won't do that now. So you'll be able to put your headshot, you'll be able to put your team logo, your email, so on and so forth. All right.
Everything is done except for the company logo. I haven't done that part yet.
All right, cool. And so then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, when we send this out to a buyer, we're going to get rid of all this. This is like
okay, good.
Pages. So starting here at guidance chapter, I just take all of it out, all of it, because you've covered a lot of this in a buyer's presentation. Area restaurants, because they have children. Photos, buyer comment sheet, leave that out. Details, I'll leave that in. Listing chapter, map of all listing. Home buying process, nope. Contact me, we'll leave that in. Agent resume, leave that out. Title page. Now, what I would do is I would pick a modern black and silver theme because it goes with our colors. However, your choice, whatever you want to do. So
that's fine.
Categories that I've kept in there. Very short.
Let me take a, can I just?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
What I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit the green button, go publish report. All right. So now on the far left side here, you see that it's publishing. This is what's really cool about this. So I can view this PDF link here, or I can get a copy of it. So let's just take a quick look at what the consumer is going to see. They're going to see this, me, the contact, or all the listings, and then it's going to map them all out. Surprised that they're seeing this one. This one's going to be a little bit more of a fixer, but okay, let's go check it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so here's all the schools and where they are in proximity to the home. Here's PIT, so on and so forth. All the details, bedroom count, square footage, so on and so forth, and details and remarks about the home. All of this is provided for the client. So you have the link right here, which you can copy, but we're going to do this for every single client that we are working with together. If I go to my inbox here, what Cloud CMA has done is they have given me all of these addresses and that link that we just set up. So here's
Did you hit email to yourself?
No, it automatically does it.
Oh, okay. I never got that from Cloud CMA when I did an actual CMA.
Yeah, so just make sure it's linked and it's part of the settings. So let's
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all that information from the buyer from this email and watch. We're gonna do that with every single client. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna paste this all here. Now let's just doctor. Do any of these homes have a CBS code or any special showing instructions?
No, I have to double check that, but no.
Okay, so make sure that we double check that so we're not out in front of the house and we don't have a CBS code, okay? All right, so so what I'm doing is I'm removing the listing agent's contact information. All I'm leaving is a phone number in case you and I run into an opportunity, or excuse me, a case where we need their phone number. I don't want to have to be going back and forth and trying to figure out how to get in touch with them. So I've left all these in here. What time are we seeing Ashford?
9:30.
Okay. Let's just pull this out. I want to make this look nice. All right. What time are we seeing Piety?
10.
Sorry, I'm super particular on how this looks. Okay. And then
That's okay.
What time are we seeing Table Mountain?
Table Mountain at 10:30.
Okay, 1 second. All right. Rustic.
11.
All right, and we're almost on the tail end here. All right, and then Rodeo.
1 p.m. There is
there's
what? No code. There are no codes for any of them. I just checked.
Thank God. All right, so now we have all of this in here, right?
Okay.
Now what we're going to do is click the link below for home details and photos. Okay.
Okay.
What I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit them with it. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to take that link to our Cloud CMA that we just created. Copy this. And this is super, super high level because not all agents are doing it this way. And this is going to separate you. So now what I've done is I've organized everything for them. There's no question where to go. They can hit that link. It's going to give them direction, so on and so forth. Now they have everything in an email. So I'm going to say Arnall Family Home Tour. 6/12, right? All right, Saturday, 6/12. Cool. Now let's add them all in. So let's go say Tiffany. What is Tiffany's address?
Before you send this,
Yeah.
I'm looking at, so the one in El Sobrante is listed at 799. It's too high, right?
I mean, we can shit. Is it? Did we? But you didn't tell me that.
No, 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 I mean, I sent it in the message between all, you, Jen and you and I.
What did
Well, we were just, because they loved the one that we saw first last weekend that was listed at $7.99. That was their favorite one, but they can't afford it. I mean, they couldn't, you know what I mean? So it's just like, why show them things that are out of their budget?
Right, right. But I mean, in some cases, it's a unicorn, right? And what I mean by that is that maybe it's a home that we could get. Maybe it doesn't get many offers. We don't know.
So should we
All
should
right.
we put it in?
Yeah, let's see if we can just see it at 1:30. Just let her know. I'll let her know that we're still working on that El Sobrante one.
Okay.
So El Tieso. All right, cool. Jen Oak. All right, cool. So now they're gonna get this email from you. It's going to, let me make sure this is right. Tieso, Kelly O'Gorman. Okay. Now they're going to get this email, has all the addresses, all the times, and click the link below for home details and photos. So now it's going to be one place where they have to go for everything, and it's organized. We'll do this for every single home tour that we have because it's professional. And then what we're going to do is we're going to copy this and we're going to send it to them in the group chat. That way they have all this information as well. So we email it to them with the link, and then we're going to text that to them as well. So they have the flow for tomorrow. And that's literally how I stated, hey guys, here's the flow for tomorrow. If you have any questions at all, let us know. Let me change the times on here. We're going to start at 9:30 and we're going to be done around 2 o'clock. So that's our day tomorrow. So I'm going to blast this to them right now. That way they have it. And let me double check a couple of things. Cool. We are good. We are good. I'm going to save this and send that to them. Now what I'll do is I'll go into my phone and I will make sure that, oh, darn it. Got something. Sorry. It's actually for tomorrow. 6:12, but I have it for 6:11. Perfect. Send. Okay, perfect. Now we are all good to go. So now what is I'll take that same data for tomorrow and I'll go ahead and plug this into the text message thread. So it's a little labor intensive, but once you have that and it's ready to go, it's really, it definitely ups the look on everything that you're sending.
Oh yeah, completely. I'm just checking on this.
But we have you on are we on a group chat with you and them?
I'm not on it. I wasn't included on it.
Well, you should be.
Yeah, but I wasn't, sorry.
All right, so Kelly O'Gorman. All right, so I'm gonna just Did you get it?
Yeah, the text message.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did. Perfect. Okay, I'm looking at.
Still working on adding the El Sobrante. And we'll probably be able to have a real conversation with them and be like, this is not going to work for you, but let's just see.
Okay. All right, let's see. So 1:30 is taken, so we can either do, it's either 12:30, 1 or 2:30.
Just do the 1:30 or 2:30 and we'll just show up early. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Okay, so that's scheduled then.
Okie dokie.
Mm.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So they're updated. We are good to go. And now it's set. Now it's in your email. Now it's in your text message. So there's just, it's all organized, right? And we're not sending them. Sometimes it's like, oh, here's a schedule. Here's a calendar invite for this property, for this property. It's fucking,
right.
It's like
overwhelming.
Yeah, we do this same flow every single time. And the clients really appreciate it because check it out. I can just now on my phone pull up that little Cloud CMA thing that you sent us. Oh, how cool. Elias and Kelly provided all the homes that we're going to go see tomorrow. And it's all in my text message. So when I'm taking a shit, I can just be looking through all this like, oh my God, that's so cool. So that's it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
You ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready. Easy enough. But, yeah. Okay. I had a question actually. Can I sit in on the Zillow Flex training calls every week, even though I haven't started yet in the lead pond?
Yeah, you can totally. It's at 10:30
Okay.
in the week.
On Thursday?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
how good do you feel about your buyer presentation?
I honestly, I don't know. It's not something that I've been actively working on other than what we've been, when we talk about it in the group calls,
Okay.
group coaching.
We're going to, I'm actually going to do a session right now with one of your team members. You just want to stay on? You want to do it?
Sure.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, we'll get started in just 2 minutes, but yeah, you can definitely, and this, all you have to do is this in order for you to get access to the lead pond. So if you're not ready today, if it doesn't sound that good, then it's cool. We'll come back to it.
Okay. Okay, cool.
All right. Because like I said, mastering this part of it and mastering your cold calling, that's how your business is going to take off. Let me let Tania know.
Okay.
Oh, there she is right there. Perfect.